Today we will discuss about how to regain your peace of mind. Now recently a friend of mine and I were having a conversation and he just asked me that how do I regain the peace of mind which I have lost in this modern era. So we will be going through the three steps which I have laid out here. That first is why is it lost in the first place, how to regain it and how to sustain it. So let's start. Now, why do you feel lost? This is a big question, okay? That why are why so many people nowadays feel lost in this age? Because many of us have this tendency to think that we are lost, but around 15 years ago or even 20 years ago we never felt that way. Our parents were so engrossed in their work or in their life that they never even thought about this. A thought of that they felt lost never came to them. But we nowadays, we as the generation Z, feel lost. We don't know what to do because we have been born in a very safe world. We don't have many wars except very few. We don't have major plagues, famines, nothing of that sort, and thus we feel lost. We feel very lost. So there are three components which I thought of of why do we feel low. First is the mental, second is the lifestyle, third is the spiritual, and I will touch on every one of them in great detail. This will be a deep dive session and you can expect to learn a lot through it. Thank you. So the first thing is in mental is overthinking and rumination. Now many of us have this tendency that we overthink stuff. We have to do a certain thing, but we think of five different reasons of why shouldn't we do it. I have to create a video, but the lighting isn't good. Maybe my face looks bad. I'm not just as attractive on camera. I stutter a lot. The equipment I'm using is not good. All these negative thoughts come around us, and we are in this overthinking cycle, which is an endless loop if you ever been in one. The second is that we are always in a comparison with others. We compare ourselves with others. Like I personally, I do this a lot. Like many of my peers are like this year, we all went to our respective colleges, and many of them got way better colleges than I got, and thus I always feel a sense of sense of pain that I was the one who was left behind or I lost to them. I essentially compare myself with others. Maybe you do too. Maybe you think that they have a better physique than you. Maybe they have much better progress than you in a couple of months. Like both of you started the gym, but in 3 months of time, your friend has a lot of a much more better physique than you, and you compare both of your physiques, and then you think that maybe it isn't worth it for me. But it is worth it for you. Of course, it is worth it for you. Why else would you do it? And of course, in this gym example, there may be different reasons. Maybe just your friend has a better diet, or he trains really hard, or just maybe he has better genetics than you. But that doesn't mean that you're poor and you can't achieve a really good physique. But what do you do in such kind of things? You compare, you get disheartened, and then you stop. Like many of the times I remember that I was on the right track, but while being on this track, like let me draw this. Like I was on this right track, but I was here, and this is my goal. But I stopped here, and I waited. I waited for many months, and then I went back. Because of course when you stop a good habit, you eventually go back to the starting point. You might have learned a few things which will help you in the second run, but essentially you go back a little bit, and then once again I would start from here. then I would come till here, and then I would go back, because I was always comparing myself with others, that this is not working and what should I do, and all these things, and thus this wasted a lot of my time. It wasted a quite huge amount of time. So don't be like me, don't be a fool like me, and avoid this. And the third is this lack of self acceptance. This is the thing which I can speak from my heart on this concept, because I was never able to really accept myself, and I still now I can't accept myself. That's why I go through all this pain and improve day by day, because I can't accept myself. Even as a kid, when I was in 9th, 10th grade, I wasn't able to accept that I was brown. I was not brown, essentially black. My skin color was not fair. I had pimples. All these things which were natural, and I could have just accepted that and improved on that. I neglected them. I dismissed my own insecurities, that this is bad or I shouldn't have these. What I needed to have in this moment was that, okay, Neet Agrawal, you have this, you have bad skin. Now, what can you do? You can simply just improve your diet. Second, you can have a better skincare routine, and boom, after 3 to 4 months, you will have a really great skin. But I never did that. I just dismissed the whole idea, never thought about it. I never accepted my own insecurities, my own pains, and this is something which many people struggle with, because they never really accept themselves. But you have to accept. In order to improve, you need to accept who you are first. If you don't accept your own setbacks, then how will you grow from them, learn from them? Okay? So these are the three things which I thought which will be really important in the mental struggle. Now let's discuss about the lifestyle. Like, why do you feel lost in a lifestyle context? First is information overload. What does this mean? Like, just stop and think back to the old caveman times, or just 50 years from now. Do you think that the amount of information which we consume now, were we able to even consume that much in a week? Like, information is readily available now. I can go on Google and search anything, and the answer will come. And thus we search anything. Like, we are bored, we just go on our phone and we scroll shorts for half an hour, or we are bored, we watch a video for half an hour, or if we are bored, we watch anime or K dramas or web series for hours a day. So that's a big pain, because of course this is information overload. We are not designed as humans to take so much information in us. We have a limited amount of capacity to get this information, then load it in our brain and actually process the information. Like, for example, let's take some examples to actually drill in this. Like, our brain is capable of around 50% of the whole information we are consuming. So if there are two paths, our brain is only capable of 50%, but on this path there is the smart person, and he only takes around 45% consciously of the information, in form of maybe some long podcast which he think will be helpful to his goal, or a book which he finds interesting, like something of that sort. And he leaves the 5% to chance, that some things of course are not in your control, and you learn from that. You learn many things. And even I think that leaving around 50 to 20% is a really good idea, because life teaches you things. And when you are so high on information that you don't have even a cent to spare to actually learn that lesson which life gave you, you didn't ask for it but life gave you, then it fucks up. And so this is the good guy. And then there is the me. This person takes information 100%, like just every day. Like first he would wake up and scroll for 30 minutes, then he would eat while watching a YouTube video, then he would scroll Instagram for fuck what's in my nose. Then he will scroll Instagram for 30 minutes. In the night he would talk to many people, and thus he, when his brain was only capable of taking this much amount of information, he takes about this much. It's just twice 6. And what does happen to his brain? His brain stops processing after a certain amount of time because it can't handle this much. So that's a really bad thing to happen. You need to limit the amount of information you are consuming on a day-to-day basis. This is something which you have to experiment with yourself, because I have experimented over the last few months, and I found that the less I use my phone, the better I feel. I tend to use my phone only when I am actually walking, while listening to some kind of educational video, or I am using WhatsApp, or I am documenting my ideas or notes, or talking to a person. That these are the only few things which I use my phone for. Because I felt when I used Instagram and watched reels, even though they were motivational or kind of helpful to me, because they would motivate me to work hard, but in the long run of time they would discharge my brain, and then I would not be able to do the main work which was important, like recording this video, or learning DSA, or reading the book which I am reading right now, or going to the gym. My brain felt tired because I wasn't able to digest that amount of knowledge. Okay, so this is point number 1 on lifestyle. Now let's discuss the second points which I have wrote down. Now the second is poor sleep habits. This is a big one, because what happens when we sleep? Our brain repairs itself. It processes the information that we have given it throughout the day. And if you don't have good sleep habits, what will you do? Like, it will fuck you up. And in the second section of this video, I have actually given you 2 to 3 actionable steps which you can do. They are very easy, like they don't cost anything, and they can be implemented just today. These are what you call me operationalizing things for you. It's very easy. Fuck my nose. And then there is the third thing, is the toxic relationships. This is one thing which I never really struggled with, and I struggled with at the same time. Like, for the most amount of people, I never endured a relationship which was kind of toxic, and you shouldn't do. Like, the fundamental notion is that you are important. Life is dear to you. You should be. You are a child of God, and so you must have that kind of self-respect in you, that okay, this person is not benefiting me in any kind of way, so I should not talk to them. I should cut them off, because in long run, what will they do if they're not adding to your life? They are subtracting to it, because maintenance is a myth. At every time, either you are going forward or you are coming backward, because even if you think that you are stagnant at a point, the world is moving forward. And like, let me give you examples to help you. Okay. Just a minute. So, this is the Holy Grail. Now there is you. You are stagnant, okay? And you think that if I just stay here, I will be at 50%. This is 50%, this is 0%, and this is then 100%. But you forget to take into consideration that the world doesn't stop. The inflammation doesn't stop. Your money inflates every year by 7%. So what was worth 100 rupees in 2025 will be worth 107 rupees. Do you get the point? If you are stagnant, by definition, the world has gone here. This is 2025 and this is 2026. The you are still here, okay? You think that you are here, and 100% is here. It has moved. See, it has moved. Even the 50% mark has moved. It's here now. This is 40%. See that even though you were at the same point, the world moved forward in just 1 year and you were backwards. You never really thought about this, but now you know. You have to get this. Maintenance is a myth. You either improve or you deteriorate with time. Deteriorate with time. How bad I am at pronouncing English words. Seems that I have never even gone to a school, but I have gone. I was really good in school, okay? My marks were good. And the third is spiritual. Now, many people will think that this is woo-woo stuff and it's not important, but it is. And I'm not going into the whole spirituality kind of rant. This is just very logical steps which you should take and which you can take. The first is that you feel lost because of a lack of purpose and clarity. You don't know what you want in life. And if you don't know what you want in life, how will you go there? Like, let me give you an analogy. Okay, I'm a good boy. Not a good boy, good man. 1 minute. Yeah. So this is your goal. Okay. And this is you. Now, how will you get there? First, to get there, to get to a goal, you need to identify what the goal is. That's purpose. Then you need to have clarity, which means that you take this route, or will you take this simpler route, or will you go to there and then all the way come here, or will you take this route, or will you take this route, or the simplest shortest one. So there are many routes to success, like my goal is to educate as many people as I can throughout my lifestyle, and this is my goal, to educate the world. But there are several paths I can take, right? The first path is that I can post my videos on YouTube, which will online spread and help people. And the second is that I can go join a school in which I can teach people. Third, I can start an NGO which will help people in teaching them. And the fourth thing is that I can actually just take a mentee and he will in turn take a mentee, and this chain reaction goes and goes. So these are many steps, but I chose the most easiest one according to me, which was the YouTube route. So this was my purpose and clarity. Right now I have both purpose and clarity in what I should do, and you need to have too, because of course, just like my life, you yourself have a life. You need to respect yourself enough that okay, I have this one life. I need to achieve the things which I want to, because no one will come and give me the things I want. I have to take them. So how will you take them? By first identifying them, that okay, these are the things which I want. And of course, a little bonus, if you want, you can book a free coaching call with me to get clarity. It's free, first of all. Second, it will be a 45-minute to an hour call on Zoom, and I will just help you clarifying what are the things which you want to do in life, and helping you construct a way. I won't construct a path for you. You yourself will. I will just help you. I will just hold your hand in a sense. Okay. So the second thing is that why do you feel lost and frustrated is the lack of authenticity. And by authenticity, I define what are you when no one is watching. Like when no one is watching, I am goofy, I'm not all that nonchalant, and I'm not that cool. So that's authentic Neer, who laughs at meager jokes which are not even funny, who laughs at cringe jokes, and who is very nerdy but competitive at the same time in the things which he cares. So that's authentic Neer. If in if when I talk to people, I hide that authentic self, I hide the true self which I have, then I will feel a sense of sadness, a sense of pain, that I am someone who has to hide my true self in order to be liked by others. And that's kind of painful, right? Because, okay, let's once again draw on a board. Ugh. There are 8 billion people in this world. Like, even if you are the weirdest person in the world, maybe, just maybe 0.1% people will resonate you. With just 0.1%. And if you simply calculate this, the answer will come around 8 million or so. So even if you are so weird, there are still people who are like you. So there is no need for you to be, suffering so much. You shouldn't be in so much pain. You have people. Like, that's the one thing which I even suffer a lot. Like, this is the thing which I suffer a lot while talking to girls, because I have this scarcity mindset that, okay, I got this one girl and she's the love of my life. Why? I don't know, because she is kind of cute and she kind of takes care of me. She kind of has the same values as me and all this. I don't think that she might be not the one for me, because I have this scarcity mindset that maybe if she leaves, no one will love me. But even if you are the weirdest person, a million people will be like you. They will be like you. And you just need one or two or three people in your life to actually just accept you on a micro level, that this is you are. Like, behind this spectacles, behind this camera, behind this laptop, behind the YouTube, behind the money struggle, behind the physique struggle, who am I? Who is Neer Agrawal? The person who understands that is the true friend which you have, and he supports you. He supports you being that person. He doesn't say that this is a box and I like you in that box. No, he tells you that, okay, if you want to fly, just fly, and I will help you fly. That's the kind of people you want to have. So this is a really major point, that you have to be authentic to you. You have to know that what you want in life and do that, because if you don't know what you want in life, people will tell you. If you don't know how to behave and how do you want to behave in front of people, someone will tell you, some authoritative figure will tell you that, okay, behave this way, and then you will behave which is ideal according to him but not you. And that is a lack of authenticity which you shouldn't have. And the third is not appreciating small things in life. Actually, women are really great in this. Like, both my ex was really great at in this thing. She was so happy in life. Like, we both were struggling in our JEE competitive era, but she was so happy. She always used to tell me, "Oh yeah, yesterday uh, I fought with my brother and then I played," and she was always so happy. To me, it was like routine work. Like, why the fuck are you happy over that? But she was, and she taught me that in life I need to be happy over a long period of time. Like, Alex Formosi has this great quote that if you can be in a bad mood for no reason, you yourself can be in a good mood for no reason. You don't need an external thing to validate you being happy. When is the last time you asked yourself, okay, this is the perfect opportunity for me to be very sad? No, you just were sad. So don't ask for permission from anyone or anything to be happy. Appreciate the small things in life, like you having, like, for example, me, I have this whole room on in which I can record, I can learn things. I have a great family, a great mother who cooks for me, and a father who tries his best to provide for me, a brother who I can care and protect. I also have a gym membership in which I can go and train really hard. I have this laptop on which I can record. These are the little things. Like on a long enough time horizon, these things don't matter much. But in the moment, they help us to actually feel happy that okay, maybe right now I'm kind of poor, maybe right now I don't have my dream physique, but I'm slowly moving towards them, and I have these things, and I can just be happy that I have them while I'm accumulating more. Because the thing about being happy is that you have to be content with what you have. You have to be content, not satisfied, because if you get satisfied you won't move ahead in life. But if you're content but not satisfied, then you are happy with what you have, but you are still striving for more. And that's a really powerful position to be in. You understand? Who knows if someone is understanding? I'm trying my best, and I'm trying as concisely to put my ideas into words as I can. So yeah, so now I have talked about why do you feel lost. So now let's discuss how to regain it, how to regain your peace of mind. First, I have written 5 steps which you can do. Five easiest things which you can do to regain your peace of mind. Like these are easy things, so just do them on a regular basis. The first is meditation. The second is 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Then is create a clear goal. Then it is stay away from toxic people, and then is spend time unloading. Now I will go one by one deeply into one specific point which I make, so that you can understand and actually know what do I need to do. Okay, yeah. So let's start with meditation. Okay. So what do I mean by meditation? I want you to just use your phone's timer and put it on 1 minute, and for the 1 minute close your eyes and just don't try to think about stuff. But need the words start to the thoughts appear themselves. I can't focus. That's the whole process. If you never could have failed on bench press and you could just endlessly do reps, then what was the point? The point is that you weren't able to do. A thought came and you stopped. You had to stop because your muscles were too tired. So that's just like meditation. The core thing which you have to do is when a thought comes, you have to revert back to the thing you're focusing on. I like to do this with my breathing, like while I'm breathing with my nose, and a thought comes and I just revert myself back to this my breathing, and then another thought comes and back to the breathe, and then back to the breathe, and then back, and I try to do this for the whole period of time while I'm meditating. And of course you can start small, like right now in my peak days when I used to meditate daily, I was able to do 10 to 15 minutes a day. Right now I have started this practice again, and right now I'm doing around 5 minutes. Like I have unloaded the thing which I have to do to maintain this progress. Now how can you start? Like it was a big ego hit for me to actually come back to 5 minutes once again. When I was meditating at around 10 minutes, I had to lower my bar. So when you are starting, you need to actually put your bar so low that you can't fail. You have to try so less that you can't fail. That it's the least amount of effort you can do. Like on the worst day, many of us would be able to go and do uh, go and brush our teeth and then have some kind of breakfast. Like that's even on the worst day. So think that what's the smallest thing which I can do with meditation. For some people it will be start with 5 minutes because they have this good foundation. For some people it will be to start with 1 minute. For some people it will be that take just 3 deep breaths for the day, and that's the meditation box is ticked for the day. So just think of your one small habit of meditation, that how are you going to implement it. I started with 3 minutes a day because I thought that I will be able to sustain 3 minutes a day for a long enough of time horizon. Like even on my worst day I would be able to sit down and meditate for 3 minutes. Just do it. Now the second thing is that you have to get around uh, 7 to 8 hours of daily sleep. Like in the previous section I told you that you need to have around 7 to 8 hours of daily sleep, and not having enough sleep is actually really bad for you, because sleep is the time when your brain repairs it yourself. It processes information which you have taken throughout the day, and it creates the new neural pathways which you need to be creative and logical, which you need to enhance yourself as a human being. So I have given you 3 steps which you can take today on improving your sleep. These are very basic, and your sleep quality will be way better if you just do this. Don't eat before bed around 2 to 3 hours. Like if you are sleeping around 11 p.m., then stop eating at 9, because your body needs energy to digest the food which you are eating. And if you eat before bed, your body will be needing energy to digest the food, and thus the energy won't go towards repairing the cells which were broken throughout the day. So you need to understand that you have to eat 2 hours before bed every day, so that your body first digests food, and then when you're finally going to sleep it has the energy or the bandwidth to actually repair the cells which were broken throughout the day. Do you understand? And then the second is, try to sleep at the same time every day, and try to wake up at the same time every day, because this sets these both of these points sets your circadian rhythm. This is the internal rhythm which you have. This is kind of a biological clock which we humans have, and the better we stay tuned to this, the more healthier we get. So just try to sleep at the same time every day, and try to wake up at the same time every day. Like when I was in my peak era, I always try to say that I was in my peak era, because right now I am not. Like I was sleeping every day at 10 p.m. and I was waking up at 5 a.m. and that was that was a thing which I did every day. Like 10 p.m. the max my sleeping window was 9:45 to 10:15, and I was asleep between that, and I woke up around 4:45 to 5:15. So I was consistent with my sleep, and that improved my circadian rhythm, which in turn improved my sleep quality. Like even right now, I'm not able to sleep a little earlier, wake up early, but I still sleep at around 11 p.m. and I wake up around 8 p.m. Like I know that's 8 a.m. and that's a lot of like 9 hours of sleep, but I know I have gotten lazier and I am trying to improve myself, but still I am consistent with the sleep schedule which I have. Like I still sleep at the same time every day and wake up relatively at the same time every day. Like sometimes it's 8:15, then sometimes it's 7:45. Around the same time I try to wake up. And the third is that you need to create a clear goal, because most of the time we don't know what we want in life. Like we don't know what kind of the thing we want to pull out from the ether, but if we just know that okay, this is a clear goal and this is the path I want to take, then just take it. Like create a clear goal and then break it into small chunks. I have to tell you, like this is the goal, okay, and then this is the road, and you have, this is you, and then you have to identify that what are the trail of things which you have to do every day to get to this goal, to eventually go to this goal and be, happy. Fuck, what is this sign? Okay, so you need to know these trail of steps which you are going to take to have that goal. Like for me, I have this goal of creating a personal brand of which is of education. And then what is the concrete steps which I need to have? What are the daily tasks which I need to do every day? The first tasks are that I need to create some form of long content and post it on YouTube. The second thing which I identified was writing, because it helped me clear my thoughts. And the third thing I thought was learning, and so that's something which I do by listening to videos while I'm walking, or reading and digesting books. Like I have many even at hand, like this Epictetus discourses, or I can give many more, like Homo Deus. And even I also have the Art of Seduction just sitting right here. And yeah, so that was the concrete things which I knew that I needed to do. That I have to write every day, I have to create some type of content, and I have to learn. This was for my this was for a clear goal of becoming a good content creator. Now I also have a goal around, conversely, I have a goal around tech, that I need to do something which is related to software engineering. And I am still figuring out what do I need to do in that, because some days I'm learning DSA, some days I'm learning AI/ML, some days I'm learning full stack web development. I have cluttered energy which I am pouring in different directions, and thus I'm not able to get a clear answer on what I want to do. Like, let's break it down even further. This is the energy which I have, and I am taking it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps. And do you think that this energy which I have, will it be in a will it be spent in a productive way when I have so many outlets? Like this is 100% of my energy. 20% is going here, 5% is going here, 10% is going here, 10% is going here, 40% is going here, and the rest are going between these two. So do you think that will is this a good allocation of my energy? No, right? So what do we need to do? We need to have this energy in 2 to 3 clear steps: 1, 2, and 3. Like these three outlets, we know that 30% is going there, 30% is going there, and 30% is going there. So this is what I call by having clarity. Like in this is on content creation, and this is on my software engineering. So you can see that on a long enough time horizon, I would be able to become a good content creator, but I won't be a good software engineer if I didn't understand what are the steps which I need to do in order to get good at it, right? So yeah, that's what I was trying to imply. Now, the next point is stay away from toxic people, both online and in real life. Negativity is energy you don't want to have in your life. Like, if you are ambitious and you want to go somewhere, you don't need these scraps in your life which will hold you back and essentially pull you down, because you yourself know that how much difficult it is to succeed in a particular field, be it in studies, or getting the best placements, or being in content creation, or building a good physique, or starting a business, or learning a new skill. Like these things are really hard, and we want people to support us, to encourage us in this journey. We don't want them to tell us, oh, this won't work, oh, this is cringe, you can't do this. Like I am the only person in my circle who is trying to be a educational content creator, but I don't let any of my friends actually derail me from this. Like, each of my friend has taken a different path to their own financial wealth journey. Like, one wants to do UPSC, which is a government exam. Another is trying to be a software engineer. I am trying to be an educational content creator while learning different skills. So we all are different, but we encourage each of us on their own journey. Like, this is the power of having great friends and great peers who support you in your journey, who encourage you, who tell you that you are doing great. And that's the power of friendship. So right now, identify what are the people who are toxic in your life and just delete them. And if you can't delete them, like they are your parents or your close relatives, then stop hanging out with them a lot more, because many people don't have great supportive parents like I have, and thus they need to kind of distance themselves from their parents for the time being, so that they can achieve this particular goal which they have in their mind. Like, they have in their mind, and they just need to produce it. So for the time being, they have to take a step back from their parents, and this is the most return on investment thing which you can do, because of course life is a game. It's a game. You need to earn resources, and if you have this amount of XP and then there is a negative thing which is taking your XP from you, then and you remove it, then it will be the best investment, because you stopped it. You stopped letting people take your XP which you have inherently, and you want to have people which fill your XP bar with their XP and help you towards it. So stay away from toxic people, both online and in real life. I specifically wrote both online and in real life, because many people stop them in real life, but they don't stop these kind of things in online world. Like, they view online articles which are rubbish, or they consume content which is rubbish, which is kind of toxic, like creator beefs. Like, who cares if this creator and this creator are having a beef, and who is right and who is wrong? Like, we and you, we are both unsuccessful, even though these creators are fighting, and even if he is the right one and he gets to be the right one, our lives won't improve. So we need to focus on ourselves, on what is our priority. And then the fifth point is that you need to have some kind of time unloading. This is a major point, and I really struggle with this. In life, you need to sometimes stop, uh, you need to spend time unloading. Now, what do I mean by unloading? Because it's a very amorphous term. I mean unloading that most of the time we are so much in a hurry to succeed that we stop doing the things which actually calmed us down. And when we go beyond our ability to actually move, then life or even our body tells us that you need to take a break. And we obviously, when we are in that momentum, we don't stop, and then life makes us stop. We get a kind of a fever, or we get so discouraged that we go on a trip for three days and do nothing, or we do something rash like driving our car in full speed. We do things which are kind of risky and foolish in a way. Why? Because we don't take the time to actually stop and actually wait and calm us down from time to time. So there are many things that you can do. I have listed a couple of them, like go for a walk, talk to your mother, call that friend, play with your brother, have fun with your GF, read, draw, play guitar if you like, play piano, go play with your friends cricket once or twice a week, go go to a social gathering if you like those. Like, do some things 1 to 2 times a week in order to actually unload yourself, because if you don't unload you yourself, life will force you. And of course, this is for exceptions. Of course, there are many people who can withstand this pain for a long enough time horizon to actually see the goal and win. There are many people like the Elon Musks who just work, like the Alex Hormozis who just work, and they have this high pain threshold. Like, they can stay in pain for very large amount of time, but we ordinary folks can't, and thus we have to take some time unloading. And this is a conscious decision which you have to take. Like, I can't tell you, I don't know you personally, but the thing which I can tell you is that you have to identify that what is your pain threshold, how much pain can you take, and you have to slowly increase that pain threshold over time. But you don't need to go like, if this is your pain threshold, that you can go till here but not till there, because then your body will force you to slow down, and that is what we call a typical burn down. So yeah, these are the 5 things which you can do to regain it. And the third part which I was talking about, that how to sustain it. So sustaining these things is simply really easy. You have to identify that what you want in life, and then you need to do the things which you deem important every day. So that will give you the clarity which you need to actually, that okay, I am on this right path, and if I just stay on this right path, I will win. So that's the clarity is the most important thing which you need to have in your life, and that will pretty much help you sustain this peace of mind which you have. Because when you know that you are a man is the most happy when he knows that he is progressing towards someone, and the man is the most happy when he is climbing a mountain, not when he is at the top of the mountain. So when you know that you have, or you are climbing this mountain, you are getting this dopamine hit every day, that you are progressing in something which is bigger than you yourself. You have imagined something, and you are creating that from pure ether. Then you become really happy, and you sustain this peace of mind until you fulfill that goal, and then you are again unhappy because you don't have a goal, and then you take another goal, and then the cycle starts once again. And this is the cycle of life. You create a goal, and then you fulfill it, and then you create a goal, and then you get it, and then you again create a goal, and this is how life goes. So yeah, that's all from my side. Now there are 2 to 3 things which, these are kind free things. So you can read my free essays, the essays which I write every day. The first thing which I do every day after waking up is write my own thoughts, and you can read them absolutely for free. I post them on my Substack like 3 to 4 days a week, and you can also book a free one-on-one coaching call with me, and both of the links are in description. I hope that you found this video helpful, insightful, and if you have any complaints, you can comment them down in the comment bar, and I will surely implement them. Thank you.